Welcome to the free course on mobile app development using Flutter and Firebase. And in this video, we are going to see how we can set up the editor for the Flutter mobile app development in our machine, and also we are going to test whether the installations are successful to go ahead or not. So let's start it right away. Alright, so let's go to the browser, and here we have already covered the installation section. Now we are going to see how to set up an editor in this video. Alright, so let's click on that. Okay, so you can choose any of the editor of your choice, and since I like Visual Studio Code, so I am going with the Visual Studio Code. So here it's saying VS Code is a lightweight editor. Yes, I agree with this. With Flutter app execution and debug support, yes, definitely. And here, after clicking this, you can download the latest version of Visual Studio for your machine. And since I have already downloaded and installed Visual Studio, so I'm not going to cover that part. So I'm closing this. Alright, so once the installation of Visual Studio is done in your machine, then you can follow all these steps to install the dependent packages, or to leverage all the options or all the auto completion options in the editor related to Flutter development. So let's start following all these steps. So I'm going to open my Visual Code. So going to close this getting started screen. Alright, so step 1 is start. We are already done with that. Next is invoke view, then command palette. Alright, so let's go view command palette. It's open now. Alright, then select extension, install extensions option. Okay, we are going to do that again. Install, then select extensions, install extensions option. Alright, here type Flutter in the extension search field. Alright, so let's do that. Sorry, Flutter. Okay, select Flutter in the list and click install. Alright, so since I have already done this before in my machine, so that's why it is not showing install button like how it is showing for other things over here. So you have to, you are going to see an install button if you are doing this first time in your machine, and you have to click on install button. Once you install that, then we are good to follow the next steps. Okay, so what's the next step? To validate your setup with Flutter Doctor. Alright, so let's do this. What we are going to ask here, view command palette, then type doctor, select run Flutter Doctor. Okay, view command palette, I forgot that. Okay, type doctor, view command palette, type doctor. Alright, run Flutter Doctor here. So I'll let this finish. Okay, let me stretch it up to show you the full output. Let's see what they are saying here. Review the output in output pane. For any issues, make sure to select Flutter from drop down in the different output options. Alright, so let's review the output. So we have to select Flutter here. So it's already selected for me, and just check whether you are getting something similar in your machine or not. Alright, so I'm going to follow the next steps. So next we are going to see that we are going to do a test drive in our machine to just check whether all the installations are fine or not. So for that we have to create an app, maybe a sample app. So how it can be done is, go to view, command palette, type Flutter, then click on new application project on Flutter. Alright, so view, command palette, type Flutter, new application project on Flutter, select a folder for your project to get stored, and I'm going to create a new one, Flutter Firebase. So I have created a new empty folder called as Flutter Firebase over here. I'm going to select that, select a folder. Alright, give a name to your application. I'm going to give Flutter application and press enter button in your machine and wait until you see, okay, we have to click on this I trust the authors and then what they are saying, select a parent directory for a new project, enter a project name. We have already done that. Wait for project creation and to complete and the main dot file to appear. Alright, so it has already appeared in my machine now. Let me close all these things. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to run our project, run, start debugging, and let's wait for the output to appear on the Android emulator. So if you keep your eye on the debug console in Visual Studio, it's going to say running Gradle task, assemble debug. Here also it is saying something like Android SDK build, launching main.dart. So if you see this, that means it is about to launch the application in the Android emulator. So we are going to see this. So the app is going to appear over here sooner. Let's wait for that. Yes, so you can turn it on by clicking this button, and now you can just keep clicking on this, and if the number increases over here, that means your output looks good as of now. There. So this app is nothing but something coming from this file. Alright, so one good thing about having emulator side by side running with VS Code is you can so let's go and change this title. So let's go and change this title from Flutter demo homepage to just Flutter demo XYZ. So we can just do a change here, Flutter demo XYZ. So now I'm keeping my emulator here, and I'll just say save on this file. It will automatically update the change here. So that's what I wanted to show you. So all the best for our future videos to everyone and to myself, and let's meet in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.